Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are officially opening up our session with Ms. Rita Ricks and discover what's blocking you from igniting your inner spark. Can you hear me, number one? Thank you. Again, I welcome you. I want to make sure that you are actually seated, you're comfortable, and I want you to get prepared for the workshop of your life with Ms. Ricks. She's she will spark your inner self. She is very provocative in terms of talking about things you need to do and how you need to think or rethink living in life. And I am not going to take up all of her time. It's 11 o'clock. We're going to start on time and we're going to finish on time at 11:50. Without anything else to say, Ms. Ricks, will you get started? Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. So thank you all for coming today. I literally created this content before it was a workshop for myself, because in January and February and March, it gets a little funky for me. It's dark, it's cold, and I needed to fire myself up. And more importantly, I needed to fire myself up because of who I am and where I am at this point. And I will start off by saying that I am 77, really, really excited about that. I love sharing it because I have friends who didn't make it. So I represent them. But number two, this energy is what we're supposed to have every day. There is no reason for any of us not to have the spark. So I'm going to talk to you about that today so that you can maintain your sense of presence, your sense of pride, and your sense of yourself. So Jonathan Estrin said, the way we spend our time defines who we are. So just think about it. Where do you spend your time? In the bed complaining? You know, in front of the TV complaining? You know, walking your dog and complaining? Think about it. Where do you spend your time? It is important that you focus on you. And that's what this workshop is about. This is all about you. Don't think for a minute my girlfriend should be up in here. She needed more than me. This is all about you and who you are and what you want to be and how you get to 77 and then 78 moving forward. Do you understand? So the way we spend our time defines who we are. So just write down, how do I spend my time? Think of a moment in your life when you felt a strong sense of achievement or pure joy, a moment that made you feel truly alive and inspired. And I want you to share it with me. I'm going to ask Cynthia to take the mic and see if, Cynthia, you don't mind trying to use the mic, do you? All right, so who can think of a moment when you felt a strong sense of achievement or pure joy? Now, let me say, I know those of us who have children, don't say that. Okay, that was pure joy then they grow up, right? Yeah. But I want to hear from somebody who just can just remember something that you did, something that you experienced. Talk to me. Ange has a mic. Raise your hand. I got somebody over here. Okay, right here. Good.
I'm Karen Flowers, and I worked at VCU for 10 years. And I realized after working there 10 years, it wasn't fulfilling to me. I knew my calling was to teach women how to embrace and rock their natural hair. I quit my full-time job. I started a business, and it felt so empowering and exciting. And I'm still doing that now.
We got another one over there. Oh, this is good, Ange.
I'm going to get a workout today. Listen, y'all, I've been sitting all day.
Trusty colleague.
So probably one of the most exciting things that happened to me in my life and that made me so proud of myself, which is hard to be, was when I got to take a program that I had developed locally to the state and spread it all over the state to train law enforcement officers to work with people with mental illness and keep them out of jail.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. So while Angie's going to somebody else, right here, she said it was her calling. Remember that word. It was her calling. And right here, she was and both of them were helping others. So there's a pattern here.
Well,
And it also makes you very emotional when you've touched your.
I graduated summa cum laude, Virginia Western, out of the mission.
Excellent.
My job that I wanted was to inspire children to read more. Guess what's happening now? I'm seeking that job.
We will help you as much as we can. When you are in your purpose, you are led, you are pulled, you cannot escape it because it's that powerful and it brings you to tears. And that's what your purpose is. So don't tell me you don't know what your purpose is. You know. You might have been trying to get away from it, say that's not it, I can't do that, but your purpose pulls you and it makes you smile. And it's never, ever, ever about the money. It's about your gifts and why you're on this planet. Our last one.
Hi, everybody. Hello. This is an exciting moment in my life where I really felt achieved. And that is, I'm currently an assistant principal in a middle school.
Can I just say, they keep coming.
Yes, they do.
They do.
But I felt accomplished when I received my EIN for my new coaching business, L Solutions. And I actually took the day off to travel here.
Where did you come from?
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's the drive.
Once again, when you realize I figured it out, I mean, part of the reason I share my age is I was really probably about 60 before I figured out what I was going to do when I grew up. You know, that's where you are. I mean, happy birthday. And so, you know, so we spend so much time in the beginning. I used to think, oh my God, I've wasted my life. But no, I raised two amazing children. I have two amazing granddaughters. All of that was a part of who I am right now. But I encourage each of you, even if we didn't call on you, to write down right now, because we're going to come back to this later. Think a moment when you felt a strong sense of achievement or pure joy. Think about that. Write it down because we're going to come back to it. It's about feeling alive. It's about just having a ball. And it's about being present in today. Yesterday's already gone. You can't do anything with it. Tomorrow's not promised. So you're not there yet. But you're in today. You're in this minute. So you're in here right now. And you have to take something from in here with you. You cannot just say, well, you know, I went in there and the room was a little cold, or Rita was a little loud, or blah, 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 blah. I want you to pull something out of here for yourself so that it will move you forward. That's why you're in here today. All right. Zig Ziglar, lack of direction, not lack of time is the problem, because we all have 24 hours in a day. There is no such thing as being busy. I think that's a cop-out. It's an excuse so that you don't have to do something else. What I want you to begin saying is, I am productive. I was productive today. This is what I got done. Not busy, because busy is doing disorganized kinds of things. There is no such thing as lack of time. 24 hours in a day. And when you see somebody else doing more than you, then you start to look at your calendar. I don't want you to emulate them. I don't want you to be like them. I just want you to begin to schedule success. I say these all the time, so write them down. I want you to schedule success. So look at what you're doing. I do this every Sunday morning. Look at what your week looks like. Put 3 things in there in that week that are not the ordinary. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, you do the same thing the same way every year, every day. Put 3 things in that week that are different, that are moving you closer to your purpose. I don't care if it's getting the EIN. I don't care if it, whatever it is. If it means quitting your job, you got to have faith. Because 15 years, I taught those doggone children. Cute as buttons, worrisome as I don't, oh, get out. Cried at the drop of, you know them. And I said, I got to get out of here. I did what I needed to do. I loved it. Here's the thing. I taught 15 years. I should have stopped at 10. I was stretching. So you don't want to be somewhere till you're so tired of being tired that you was tired. You want to leave when you've got the energy to move forward. And so what I'm challenging you to do next week and the week after is start to work on your plan. Start to work on the plan that you need to get you where it is you want to go. Okay. Limiting beliefs, barriers. Several people came by, not several, but a couple, and they said, oh, I love this book. I like this book. How much is it? And I said, $20. Oh, I don't have, that costs a lot. How much are you worth? And why do we start off immediately by saying what we can't do? That's what we say. Hey, I'm taking some folks to the Bahamas. Do you want to go? Oh, I know I can't afford that. Limiting belief. We block ourselves. And maybe you can't go this year, but I sure as heck would be trying to find out what else is going to happen so that I can start. Do you see what I'm saying? We went to the Bahamas in January of this year. In June, or even before that, we started to talk about this trip. So you have time, but you have to schedule. And if you spend 3 months just saying you can't do it, you talk yourself right out. Limiting beliefs are thoughts or perceptions that hold us back from reaching our full potential or achieving our goals. The thing about it, they tend to stop, it's something that happened to us when we were younger. And it doesn't have to be anything that was sexual or whatever. It's just something somebody said, something somebody told you, and it stopped you. Now, barriers. Barriers are obstacles or challenges that impede progress or prevent us from reaching our objectives. In my company, we show you, Angie and I show you how to remove the barriers preventing you from creating the life you were born to live. We all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason. We were put here purposely to provide, to do what it is, the skills that we have. And that's another thing. We all have skills. I don't cook. So that is clearly not a skill of mine. How many cook? Look at that. How many chefs do we have in this room right now? How many caterers do we have in this room right now? How many do we have that can get one of those little food carts? How many do we have in here? Because and I'm not a foodie, but I am so impressed in how people continue to create beautiful plates and beautiful foods that nobody's ever tried before. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I could never be a chef again because I don't cook, but I talk. So that's how I make my living. Does that make sense? What do you do well? What do you do? Not that anybody else can do, but you do it your specific way. How many singers do you love? 5, 6, 7. Whitney, Patty, Gladys, Cher. They all are great singers, but they all have their own what? Style. They all have, what's your style? What do you bring? How much of a limiting belief do you have that, oh, somebody's already doing it, I don't need to do it? We can't compare ourselves because the skills and the gifts that you have were given only to you. Only to you. So I do not want you walking out of here saying, yeah, she said it, but I don't believe it. Because if you don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it. And if you're sending that message out to the universe is going to help you remember that you can't do it. But if you send out into the universe that you can do it, The universe is going to send back that you can and help you to get there. But you have to start today. You have to start today. So, limiting beliefs. They create personal barriers. They stop you from growing. They keep you from growing. They're right here in your ear. Questions. I feel like somebody's, questions? Somebody. Yes. Let me go here. Stand. Mhm. 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 Good. 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 I thank you for that. I thank you for that. Because I need you all to call me when this session is over, because you got to find out who you are first. The first question is not how. The first question is who. Who am I? And why do I want to do this? You answer those two questions and the how will be all over the place. So thank you for reminding me of that. Who am I? And why do I think I can do this? And the how will come. The how comes way after the other. Do we have somebody else? Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, we're gonna move on. So take a picture of this right here, if you will. And the reason I ask you to take a picture of it is because self-worth is the value of you. And I want you to check off any that pertain to you. Lack of confidence, difficulty making decisions, toxic relationships, family members. Take a, check off. I know how I said that, but it's going to be Thanksgiving. So what? So self-worth. This is your self-worth. The next are feelings and emotions, and we have to recognize them before we can deal with them. We can't just keep squishing them down. And let me tell you why, because stress will eat you alive. It will make you look older than I look, for real. Stress is difficult. So your feelings, if you're sad, angry, lonely, no direction, chaotic, it is probably because there is a barrier preventing you from enjoying yourself. That barrier is living in your head rent-free. It's just there. You don't even know it's there because the barrier has been there that long. I did not learn my barrier literally till I was 59, 60 years old. And I had a coach. I've always had coaches. And she said, Rita, there is something stopping you. No, there isn't. I'm good. Rita, there is something stopping you. I don't know what it is. No, there's nothing stopping me. And then I did a workshop. I did a workshop and I recognized what it was. And it was just something somebody had said to me when I was 12 that I'd been holding on to. Didn't even think about it. So please, guys, let us help you with that. Yes, ma'am. Well, that's another workshop. I got to come back for that. I can come back. I'm happy to come back and talk about that. But that's important. That's important. And that's why I said, what did I say? Family members. It could be, you could be sleeping with it. Exactly. So when you know who you are and you know why you are, everything is so much clearer. Everything is just so much clearer. So thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, but again, the barrier might be causing you to act in these ways or behave in these ways or feel like this because of the barrier. So it's not always about medication. Sometimes it's just looking at you. And then the crisis of faith. Faith is powerful. You have to believe it before you see it. If you wait until you see it, you may not ever see it. It is about believing. It is about believing. And so you may feel unfulfilled, but it's not about another human being. It's about in here. And I remember years ago, because I was an Oprah junkie, right? And Oprah was in a session one day, a show, and she was talking about addictions. And she said, there's a hole in us, and we are trying to fill it with drugs and alcohol and sex and all kinds of different things. She said, but that we can't fill that hole like that. But she just left it at that. It wasn't 2 weeks later, I was in a revival at my church, and a young pastor came in and he was speaking, and he said, you know, we were sitting here with a hole in us. And I was going, yeah, to myself. And we fill it with drugs and alcohol and blah, blah, blah. And he said, and God wants us to fill it with him. What? That's all we have to do is just trust and just believe. I was blown away. So when you feel unfulfilled, it's because there's something going on inside. We have to learn how to live from the inside out. We cannot continue to live from out here because there's too much chaos out here. There's too much going on out here. We cannot manage everything that is happening out here. It's not managed from out here. It's managed from in here. This helps you. Being inside helps you to decide, is this even worth my thinking about? Is this even worth my looking at? Is this even worth my time? In here is where you control and take care of who you are and how you feel. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm. That's it. That's it. That's it. And the love starts where? With yourself. Can't nobody love me as much as I do. God love me and I take care of me, and I'm a hot mess sometimes, but it's all me, right? I mean, I spend 24/7 working on me. And there is no worry. There is no worry. There is no doubt. Now, it takes time to get there. And I've had coaches upon coaches upon coaches, but you get to a point where every day is really amazing because you get up expecting it to be amazing and you get what you expect. Okay? So if you expect it's going to be a crappy day, guess what? It's going to be crappy. Trust me, it's going to be crappy. Okay, crisis of faith. Don't know what you want, perceive control, not being obedient, disconnected. Use that and then send me an email and tell me where I can help you. Did I press it? Oh, because it's upside down? No, it's not. Was that me? No, did I do that? Sorry. Okay. So, oh, okay. All right. No one is too busy in this world. It's all about priorities. Prioritize. And listen, you can't have but one priority at a time, right? What is it if you got priorities? Then you can't figure out what to do. One at a time, one at a time. And I don't care if you were planning to do this today. If a priority comes in, you stop what you're doing and bring the priority in. Manage your time. It's your time. It's your time. And if you don't take it, somebody else will. Okay, here goes some practical steps for maintaining that spark. View constructive criticism as valuable feedback for improvement. In other words, the people that you trust, you know, that mentor you, we need constructive criticism. Now, if somebody's trying to be ugly, don't listen to them. But you have friends and your girls that can talk to you. You should have those, what I call come to Jesus meetings sometime with your girlfriends. Say, let's just talk about this. Number 2, appreciate the distinction between criticism of actions and your worth. Because that's when we get mad, because you think that the person is attacking you. But your true friends are simply saying, girl, I didn't like that skirt you wore. I thought it was too short. That doesn't have anything to do with your worth. She cares about you. Now, does that mean you got to wear a longer skirt? No. But you tell her, thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Do you see? That's what friendship is about. That's the value of having friends. Your constructive criticism has nothing to do with your self-worth. It is talking about the action. And if somebody starts to put you in there, then you walk away. It's not hard to walk away. It just isn't. Don't stay and take that. Number 3, the journey is about learning and improving rather than focusing solely on the outcome. I used to always be trying to get there. Well, I'm almost there, trying to get there. I realized every time I thought I was there, the goal line was moved, right? And it is because we're supposed to be enjoying the journey, experiencing the journey, seeing what we can learn with the journey, seeing who we can help with the journey, seeing which part we enjoy and which part we don't want to do anymore. That's the journey. Stop trying to get there. Just enjoy today. This is all you have. Stay present. There's no multitasking ain't good. I cannot listen to a book and drive. I can't. I can't. Because too many times I have driven past where I was supposed to turn. And that causes another whole lot of drama for me. So, and I love a book, but I'm just saying, be careful of doing too many things, because then you get nothing done. Okay? Okay. Where am I? Where am I for? Set goals that focus on acquiring new skills and knowledge rather than solely achieving specific outcomes. This is very similar to the other one. You're here to learn today. You're here to take something that you have been doing, that's the same thing, the same way, and getting rid of it today. That's what we're going to be doing in the Bahamas. We write those things down on soluble paper and send them out to sea. You don't want to bring into 25 what jacked you up in 24. Why would you? You want to get rid of it. And we do. It's called burn vision, because we used to burn. We used to write it on paper and we would burn it, because you don't want to bring from this year that is not working. And so I want you also to think, as you move into 2024, 5, what do you want to start doing? What do you want to stop doing? And what do you want to continue doing? Does that work? These are, and I got more. I got a whole lot more. Questions that go deeper than how do you feel? Questions that go deeper than are you okay? Because at the end of the day, it is not about, as I said, the outcome. It's about learning what's new. And at 77, there's a whole lot of new stuff out here. Thank God for Angie, because she's like 50 years younger than me. So 40 years, sorry, only 40 years. But there's so much to learn. And I am so excited about AI. It is so cool. It is so helpful. It is really exciting when you use it for what you need to use it for, not just for anything. So there's new things, and we have to stop saying, I can't do it. I didn't even know how. I was taking a picture of the QR code when Angie showed. No, you don't take a picture of the whole thing. You just press the little yellow button and it comes up. Oh my God, look at that. Ain't that cute? There's so much new. That's how they, at my church now, that's how you pay. So you know how to learn how to do that. It's so many cool things that give you more time. But you have to be careful, because you can spend so much more time that you don't get to do what you're supposed to do. So you have to balance. Number 5. How can you replace your fixed mindset with a growth mindset? Get rid of, this is how I always used to do it. This is how I do it. Get out of that. Try something new. Try something different. Try something that's driving you. It's in your mind right now. Yeah, somebody told me years ago I could do this, but I just don't think I can. That's the only way we can live, is by trying. We have to try it. Number 6, embrace the pursuit of new skills and knowledge throughout your entire life. I will always be learning. I will never stop learning. There's just too many cool things that are out here. Too many. I always live in the present. The future I can't know, and the past I no longer have. So I want you to remember Well, I want you to take all of this, but I want you to remember, I'd like you to get up 30 minutes earlier. I know. You may have to go to bed 30 minutes earlier at night, but this is going to transform you. I want you to get up 30 minutes earlier, and I want you to have your journal and your pen, your favorite pen, and a cup of coffee, or I like hot lemon juice, and go find a really comfortable chair. And I want you to write in your journal. I want you to talk about what's in your heart. I want you to let it go. I want you to be authentic about what you're writing and let go of some of the stuff that you're holding on to. Let go. Write in your journal. And in the beginning, you may have 8, 10, 12 pages. But the more you write, every day, 7 days a week, because you live every day. Why would you just do a journal once a week? These are things that you have to do every day to keep you up and running and your spark ignited. So you write in this journal, you say what you have to say, you talk about whatever is bothering you, you let it go, because here's another gem from me. Only do only what you can do. You can't do everything. Some things you can't fix. Some things you have to let go. Only do what only you can do. So you let go, you close the journal. And when I close my journal, I'm done. I'm done, because I know it's going to be taken care of, okay? And then I want you to read something positive. I've got a book on my table right outside, but find something positive, something. I bet, how many of you have Jesus Calling by Sarah Young? Mm-hmm. How many of you read it every day? Mm-hmm. Just something positive, something positive. And then this is the best part. You get an eye mask, cover your eyes, set your phone for 20 minutes and just go quiet. Don't say anything. Because this is your time to listen. The ideas are there. That's where you get the solution, in the silence. So when you can't figure it out, just get quiet. Don't move. Just get quiet. Now, when you first start doing this, it's going to be all kinds of stuff, all kinds. Why am I doing this? That's probably one of them. You know, how long? That's why I say you got to, because you say, oh, I think I've been doing this 30 minutes. It's been 3. So you have to practice. You have to practice. But the more you do it, the more you can start to discern. The more you start to discern. And it's less about what the other thoughts are. It really is about your path forward. It's your path forward. Because you were created to do something, and it's in your spirit what you should be doing. And I didn't start silence. I didn't start silence because remember, I like to talk. That's how I make my money. Till probably 2009. On Saturday mornings, it's 2.5 hours for me. Just being quiet, just listening. And when ideas come to me, I write them down and I keep being quiet. We talk too much. We try to do too much. We are human beings. We are not human doings. We do too much. Human beings, we have to be quiet. And it's just awesome. And it's why I smile, because I love the silence. I love the silence. So once again, it isn't always about medication. When it is, then you know. But sometimes it's just being quiet and allowing your body to just rest. How many of you get massages? Not enough. Not enough. Once a month remember I take care of me, 90 minutes once a month. 90 minutes once a month. How many of you get pedicures? Not enough. You know, you don't want your feet looking like claws. They need to be, they need to be cute, because that makes you feel cute, right? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, no, girl. That's why you work. That's why you work. How about just sometime, like we've gone, I've had friends and we want to go to the winery and we get a car. We have a driver. What else do I do? Oh, I don't want a vacuum cleaner because I don't clean my house. And I swear to you, I am in 1,000 square feet. That's how big my condo is. And I have somebody to come in twice a month because I'm not cleaning the bathroom. I ain't changed. Who said what? I ain't changing my bed. Somebody else can do that. I love this woman. She's sending her kids through school. I'm helping her. And she's helping me. So there are things you don't need to do. That's when you start being busy, when you do stuff that somebody else can do. Right? You need to be working on your purpose. You need to be taking the time you need to do what you can do for you. So take a moment to reflect. How we doing? Take a moment to reflect on what elements from your spark stories would you like to bring into your life more often. So we're back to the first question. And the first question was, what brings you joy? What makes you feel good? That's what this is about. What else can you do that makes you feel good? Even if it's just going to, oh, I love going to the movie and by myself and eating popcorn and drinking a glass of wine too. By myself. Because you don't need to talk when you're in the movie. What else could you do that you haven't tried in a while? Talk to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else? Bike riding. I love it. Take yourself to dinner. Good. Let me ask this. How many of you have a fitness trainer? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I have a guy for 10 years, and I know that he has helped me because there could be pain all over at 77, right? That boy stretches me and pulls me. I tell him he is the only male on this planet that tells me what to do. There ain't another man, not another man that tells me what to do. He tells me to go this way, I go. He tells me pull like this. He said pull like this. He said pull like this. He said pull like this. I do it all. I be fussing the whole time. He totally ignores me. It's not but 35 minutes and I feel so good. You got to get a trainer. You got to at least exercise. You got to start somewhere because you're not getting any younger. And so that's why we have to move. We have to keep moving. So when I go in this hip is trying to act ugly. It really is. And I have people who say, oh, I can't wear heels. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You really can. Because the body needs the movement. So do something that makes you feel good. And I used to didn't like the gym, but now I love the sweat. And I know that I'm doing this for me. Because if he went out of town, they went out of town for a week. And there was so many things happening. I only got to go and get on the treadmill once. And I do the incline. And literally everything started to hurt. So it's crazy. The body is a wonderful, wonderful, magnificent something, but you got to take care of it. Don't let the fear of the time it will take to accomplish something stand in the way of your doing it, because the time is going to pass anyway. You still going to be there, right? So put the passing time to the best possible use. Take a moment. Did we already see this one? We already saw this one. Go the other way. The other way. Okay. So, guys, I really want you to consider what we have been talking about. I really want you to consider how we can help you. So what I'm going to do is ask you, not yet, not quite yet. This QR code over here will take you to a space where you can talk to me about how I did. I need your feedback. Also, we're going to get your name and we're going to get your email so that we can put you on our mailing list. We send out a newsletter every week talking about the things we do, and we do webinars. Everything is not just done, you know, face to face, but we want to stay connected with you. And when you finish filling out the information on the QR code, you will get 10 or even 12 tips, things that I know for sure. Those of you who were with me last year, that's what I talked about. 10 things that I know for sure. Well, I got smarter. So I got 12. I got 12 this year. So you can download the 12 tips that I have for this year. One, though, that I had last year and that I have this year is stop being stuck. Stop staying in the same place. Stop talking to the same old people that worry you to death. Stop dealing with that guy that ain't brought, you know, that can't find his wallet when you need him to. You know what I'm saying? I must have struck a nerve. Yes. Yes. Think of the things that we allow to happen to us. Think of the things that we allow to happen to us. So I got a couple minutes. So I want to answer some questions. Yes, ma'am. Stand up, baby. So first of all, I had 2 children who wanted to eat every day. That was the first step, you know, but I knew I could not be to them what they needed staying in that job. So for me, and this has happened a couple of times before, I have to quit first. I mean, I know everybody can't do that, but I had to let go of the teaching. I had to send a letter to my principal saying, I am not coming back in September. And once I let that go and I felt like that was off my shoulders, I ended up in Richmond in Tallheimers, selling shoes, loving it. It was like the coolest thing because I didn't have any homework when I came home. The guys were showing me how to sell. It was just really great. And that led me, doing that led me to becoming an image consultant. And becoming an image consultant, I had to get some training with that, but I liked the whole notion of fashion and everything. And then the next thing you know, I started a boutique with a partner. And so we were selling clothes, we were traveling. And I mean, this is stuff that I knew. There was no schooling for this. I knew how to do this. I knew how to pull clothes. The only caveat to that was she was a crook. And the woman ended up in federal prison, I swear. That was a little nerve-wracking, you know, but you have to take the good with the bad. I learned a lot from her. I learned she was a savvy, obviously. She was savvy in business, you know, to the point of being a crook. So I stopped over here. But at the end of the day, when you're doing what you want to do, it feels right. And so you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it. So from the boutique, I actually became an image consultant. My company was Mirror Enterprise. So I thought what you see here, you got to see in yourself. And I had my first contract was with the lottery, the Virginia lottery. And literally, Bill Bevins, anybody watches him, he will tell you right now that I told him he had to go and get a manicure. This was 85, 86. And Bill Bevins said, men don't get manicures. I said, you are. Why? Because what did they do right here? They hold the ball. They have to hold the ball. Who wants tacky looking hangnails and stuff? The camera's right on his hands with the ball. And so I had that contract for about 4 or 5 years. It was great. And you just move on from there. I call myself a serial entrepreneur. We worked with underserved people for 7 years, taking them from welfare to work. You know, you just do what you're called to do. But you can't get scared and you can't doubt. You can't doubt. Fear will paralyze you and keep you here. And then you're miserable here and you're miserable there. You got to trust that you can do it and write a plan. And then call me because I'll be glad to help you write it out. Yes. Distinction between criticism of action versus criticism
when you have low self-esteem or a low self-worth,
Mhm.
it's really hard not to see the criticism of your action
So,
as being a talent.
right, right. So the person that's talking, giving you the criticism about your action is not talking about your worth. You are. And so you hear that. The person that you trust that's telling you is not saying that. So that then comes back to you writing out affirmations, looking in the mirror, getting a million affirmations and putting them everywhere around you to talk about how you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is nobody else like you. And you are here for a reason and blessed to be here. And we just need to find your purpose because that's where your worth is, in your purpose. So it may be a job that's not fulfilling you. It may be a marriage. I don't know. It could be anything. It may be crazy kids, but there's something that's not allowing you to feel fulfilled. And that just makes you doubt you. What else should I be doing? That's a good question. What else should I be doing? Not can, but should. Does that help? So again, it's always, everything that I'm talking about is you working with you in here. You working with you, doing those things you like, wearing those clothes that you like. People say, you don't look like you're 77. Yeah, this is what 77 looks like. This is right here, right here. This is how I envisioned it, and this is where I am with the holy jeans and all of it. This is what I love, right? Does that help? Good, thank you. Yes, ma'am. That's good.
Do you just separate and like you have self-care time while your spouse is managing the children, or is there a way to do it?
Run, Forrest, run. I don't know where that came from. Run. See, I can't even go. That was good. So you have to decide what's most important. And I believe to start my day with letting out all that happened yesterday and the day before and not even worrying about tomorrow, it allows me just to get ready for today. And I say in my journal that I'm excited about today. I prayed this morning that you all would enjoy this, that you would hear it, that I would make a difference. So when you're expecting it to be a good day, then it is one, you know? So, and I will tell you, I happen to be an early riser anyway. I'm a morning person. You don't talk to me too much after 7 o'clock. Look at Ange, not a whole lot after 7. But anyway, so about 6 months ago, because I wake up, give or take 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I was just scrolling, you know, doing stupid stuff. And I found out about a prayer line that was 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I said, I'm gonna try that. I'm not going to do it every day, but I'm going to see what it's like. And I called it's a conference call. And it's these women and one man, and they are intercessory, and they just pray. And they just pray about everything, everything. Your pets. You know, they pray about everything. And it's 1 hour. And every day I listen to it. I listen to it every morning. I'm fascinated by it. It's 7 days a week. But it is something that now, so I was already getting up at 5, waking up at 5. Now I'm using it for good. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just appreciate the opportunity. And just let me say, things come into your life and you ignore them. Things come into your life and you say, no, that ain't how I want him to look. I want him to at least have some teeth. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But my point is, we have to be open to what's coming our way because it may not come quite like we wanted or quite what we expect, but it's there. I was not expecting 6 months ago to get on a prayer line 7 days a week. And now I am wide awake and I listen to it and it makes me feel good. And that's all we want, is something that will allow us to feel fulfilled. I'm gonna stop now. Y'all did this. I need everybody in here to fill it out before Cynthia comes up. I want everybody to fill this out so that we can stay in touch. We do wonderful things. We're going to do a silence enrichment on January 4th, but we've got lots of good things. Let me be your coach for however long I can, show you how to feel the joy that you absolutely deserve. Thank you, guys.
Again, thank you very much, my friend. My name is Cynthia Downs Taylor. I'm Senator Warner's senior advisor, and I was very, very, very fortunate to be with you last year.
That's
And
right.
on behalf
This year
of the
was this
Senate-
year.
This year,
Mhm.
that's right. And on behalf of Senator Warner, we want to give you the small gift of appreciation. In mentioning the senator, you'll have an opportunity to be with them within the next 10 minutes
That's right.
in the closing session.
That's right.
So we are asking that you move forward, and we might have closed a few minutes earlier because I know some folks will want to come up, but we have to clear the room out. So
Okay.
thank you very
We
much.
can go out in the lobby.
Yes.
Don't worry. Well, I
Thank
got
you
this.
very much.